Hey everybody, Scott here for the Digital Guitar Playground. It is Tuesday. What the hell happened to the last week? Stuff. Just wasn't feeling great on Wednesday and Thursday. And, a lot of sleeping. The day gets away from me when I nap for 3 hours. And, the fatigue happens. So, yeah, what are you going to do? And then by Friday, I was starting to feel better. And then I get a call from one of my favorite guitar players in the whole world, Johnny A. And we're just, chatting about gear and stuff. And it actually inspired me to work on a preset inspired by what he does with his guitar in his Just Me and My Guitars. He does it with his, signature Gibsons. And I'm going to do it with my new favorite, the Yamaha silent guitar. Because, I would like to put together a solo gig. Not doing any looping, just guitar singing. Just my favorite songs from the 70s and 80s. Blah, blah, blah. But that's down the road because, there's no gigs. But so I was working on that preset. And then also working on struggling through trying to make the Keith McMillan Soft Step 2 work for me. And I got into a little email exchange with Jennifer Batten, Michael Jackson's guitar player from the 80s. Incredible guitar player, and she is using this with an HX Stomp and the Blue Guitar Amp 1. So I thought, who better to reach out to? She was super nice, returned my emails. And she said about her time with the Soft Step 2, and I quote, "A little slice of hell." So yeah, this thing's going on reverb for me. It's just, it's designed for keyboard players. It's not really something for me and my rig. It is way too complicated. I can make the program changes work just great. I can get all the amp permutations. I just cannot get things to work with CC messages and PC messages at the same time. There's too many options to go through them for me. So as a result, I have ordered the Remote 1 and the Looper kit for the Blue Guitar because it's designed to work with this. And it also sends out MIDI, so it can send changes to the HX Stomp for me. So I'll have my dream pedalboard soon enough. Just in time for the Amp X to come out. Oh, I'm stupid sometimes. Anyway, today I'm going to show you my silent Johnny A preset. That's just designed for the, the silent guitar. No amp model, no cabs, just an acoustic-ish sound. I'm not really going for the most authentic acoustic sound when I use this because I want it to be kind of its own thing. In a similar vein to the way Johnny uses his Axe effects with his Just Me and My Guitars, it's really the sound of the guitar, not any amp model or any specific kind of, tone he's going for with an amp. It's just he wants this sound with all the fun ambient effects and the shimmer and, the whole 9 yards and the big delays. And it's just a great way to make it fill out for, a solo act. And one thing he told me the other on the phone was he uses a parallel path with a bass amp. So he's getting bass notes happening, and it's a polyphonic bass. It's more advanced than the one inside the HX Stomp, that's for sure. So I've had to roll back the mix. I'll demonstrate it for you. So I'm getting in certain parts where I'm not playing any low notes, I'm getting some bottom end support. I'll demonstrate it for you. Whew, so much. Shall we? All right, here we are at the Stomp. There is no gate because it's all clean stuff. Compressor is not doing much. EQ's doing a lot. Removing a bunch of bottom end. It's a static setting, so it's the same on all the 3 snapshots. And it's pulling down a ton of 1K and then accentuating top end. The plateau has a couple of functions. On the first snapshot, it's just reverb. And the cool thing about the plateau is you can add some pitches to it. They come in later. For the first bit of this little tune that I've constructed, I'm just going to play with just reverb and delay. And then later, when we get to the higher parts where I'm not playing any low bass notes, but I want some bottom end support, you'll see that the pitch mix comes in, and I'm getting some, an octave down, some support with that, and then less of the reverb, because I have to pull the mix down overall. Otherwise, you just get too much of this pitch mix in, and it gets muddy and kind of gross. So I'll play a few single notes, and you'll be able to hear what's going on with the bottom end as it gets supported, in the third part, the third act, so to speak. Now there's a ping pong delay that's on all the time, and I am splitting this off to get it's a stereo ping pong, so we're going hard left and right, and then the octo is coming onto the right hand side, and it only comes in on the second snapshot and the third, so you hear it on the second and third bits that I play. And it's set thusly, and then the output is set so that the left goes pans hard left, or A pans left, B pans right. I'm adding a little bit of extra there, and then also extra there, extra dBs, because we're coming in with this signal from the silent guitar that is turned up kind of loud, but still doesn't provide as much as something with an amp model and an IR. Would you like to hear it? Oh, also there's some pitch shifting. That's the same, not the same throughout apparently. Where does it go? It starts off mild, ramps up a little bit when the shimmer comes in, and then stays the same for the final bit. All right, now let's hear it. there you go. A long-winded description of what I've been up to for the last week. Also, the house in Arizona fell through because the inspection report came back with a bunch of red flags. Oh my gosh, it's going to need a new roof, new air conditioning inside of the next year or two. And the problem with, those things, you can get by with both of those things for about anywhere between 12 and 15,000. But this particular house had 42 solar panels on the roof. Just removing them and putting them back up was going to cost $5,000. Even though I could have done that myself. But my wife is not confident in my abilities, apparently. This bitch. Anyway. Yeah, so it's just not going to work out. Too much extra cost. It was also at the top of our price range, so adding an extra $20,000 to it was not going to happen. So we won't be moving anytime soon. Going to stay here in Austin for a little while and contemplate other parts of the country. Tell me where you live and what you like about it, and we'll give it a thought. Because honestly, we're open to just about anything. We're looking at Raleigh, Durham, Boise, Reno. Shit. I would have said Tucson, but Tucson sucks. I don't like Tucson. But yeah. So there's that. I will see you. I'm going to shoot for tomorrow because as long as I'm feeling up to it and up for it, I'm here to make fun, free content for you. And if you'd like this week's presets, drop me a line. I'll send it away. I don't know how this would sound with a regular guitar because it's, designed to work with something that has its own preamp built in, which this does. And I've got the volume turned up to 3/4, pushing into the HX Stomp. So if you put a regular acoustic piezo in that thing, you probably wouldn't even hear it. I know how to sell, don't I? I know how to nag my own shit. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And until then, rock on.